Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I got my whiteboard here, my free online whiteboard, and we did get a PR in after hours with regards to dilution. I can sum up the PR in one word: dilution. We knew this was coming. They're going to continue to dilute. I read through the whole PR. I'm not going to read through it because it can all be summed up with one word: dilution. And they're raising the money because they need to keep the business afloat. So dilution will continue to occur, and we know that they're going to increase the authorized shares in the future. They have a history of doing so, and if we look at the dilution for the past 5 years, since 2021, dilution has gone from 2.57 billion to we're well on our way, as you can see, to 12.5 billion, and the authorized shares are almost maxed out. So we're going to see an increase in the authorized shares. That's a headline that's coming, I'm sure, pretty soon as well. And we know the stock like the back of our hand. We do. We know the PR strategy. We know what headlines move the stock up and down. We know their authorized shares and outstanding shares. We know their dilution strategy, really. We know this stock so well that we predicted this a while ago. Like, yeah, more dilution coming. Yes, they're going to increase the authorized shares. Yes, they're going to dilute about 3 more billion this year or 2 more billion this year, because that's kind of the pattern here. It's trending to the upside, and they tend to dilute about 2 to 3 billion every year. And it's trending to the upside. So dilution is doing this. It just continues to, that trend is getting steeper, if you know what I'm saying. So dilution, we know that's coming, and I do predict that the share price will come down to 004s and retest that level. That has to hold. That's the higher floor. If it doesn't hold here, we're going to go to 003s, and that's where I will look to add my 5K position that I've been holding off on. I'm not adding any more here. I need 002s, 003s, and I will add the rest to my position. As you can see, I'm very confident. I'm not scared. I'm not concerned. Stop loss is the reverse split. We don't have to worry about that for over a year. So, I have patience. I'm disciplined. We can wait. We can wait. We got patience. We got a year and a half ahead of us. So they can take their time. We know they're gonna get runs. They run every year. They get how many runs do they get every year? Like 2 to 3? Yeah, every year they get about 2 to 3 runs, as you can see. Here it ran 1, 2, 3 times, dumped 1, 2 times so far. Maybe we'll get a third one here. But yeah, about 2 to 3 times every year they get a huge pump. Even in this downtrend, you got 1, 2 pumps and then a third one here. So again, I'm not concerned one bit. But what is concerning is, and someone should ask this, because there's an AMA coming up. Someone should ask, because I didn't ask this. I asked about the cost of goods sold 27xing, but I did not ask about the liabilities. So if someone could ask Steve Reinhardt during the AMA, like, hey, uh, when are you going to start? When are you going to start bringing the liabilities down? Because right now the liabilities are trending to the upside. Since 2019, it's gone from 21 million, 16 million, 30 million, 38, 47, and if we go to the quarterly, it's jumped up to 53.58 million. And if this continues by next quarter, we'll see another jump to what, 60 and then 70. So this is this needs to start coming down. We should not be seeing liabilities absolutely skyrocketing while you have assets that are going flat, because the assets in 20 look since 2020, assets went from 1.57 million to 9.28 million, and don't get excited just yet, because then it came down to 6.3 million, and then it's at 7.6 million. And let's look at the quarterly here, and it only moved up to 7.93 million in Q1 of 2024. So their assets, for all intents and purposes, this is their liabilities trending to the upside, absolutely skyrocketing. And then if we switch over to black here to show off what the assets are doing. Okay, so it went up to 9, and then it came down to 6, then went up to 7, and it's still kind of it's going sideways. For all intents and purposes, it's kind of just going sideways. It hasn't gone up above 10 million, but it hasn't gone under 6. So we're going sideways here with the assets, but their liabilities are absolutely skyrocketing. So a good question to ask for the AMA is, when are you going to start doing something to increase the assets and bring down those liabilities? So that's my question, because if you switch over to Nightscope, which is, I think that's a solid comparison, you switch to Nightscope and you'll notice the balance sheet right away, very, very different. They have way more assets than liabilities as of 2023, and their assets have been increasing year over year. Since 2019, from 7 million to 13 to 17, 22 million, and then almost 23 million, from 22.08 million to 22.97 million. So Nightscope right now, for all intents and purposes, their assets are slowly but surely climbing to the upside, right? That's good. We like to see assets growing. Liabilities, on the other hand, they have been going all over the place, actually. 11.47 million, 14 million, 43 million in 2021. A huge surge there in liabilities. Then the liabilities came down to 30 million and then 15.4 million. And let's look at the most recent quarter. And then it went up to 16.62 million. So their liabilities have been going flat. So their liabilities look like this. Kind of, oops, big jump, then it came down, and then it's just kind of going sideways. So you see the difference there. Their assets are slowly climbing, while their liabilities are going sideways, whereas Aitx is doing the opposite. Its liabilities are just skyrocketing, and their assets are going nowhere. So that's not good. Someone should definitely ask, when are they going to start bringing down those liabilities? When are they going to start increasing their assets? Are they going to make acquisitions? Anything in the pipeline? Hopefully during the AMA, if I'll try to be there, but during the AMA, someone should ask that question with regards to assets and liabilities. I already asked the COGS question because their cost of goods sold skyrocketed, if you guys recall. So that's that question is already out there. We'll see if they answer them, but this is those liabilities being as big as they are, and such a huge disparity between liabilities and assets, that is the reason we're going to continue to see dilution. Possibly, I don't know how they're going to bring down their liabilities, but there are people who are not going to want to touch this stock. They're going to take one look at the assets and liabilities and go, whoop, I'm out. Like, I'm not touching that. Are you kidding me? They just keep piling on the liabilities. So that's a big one, and I think we're going to continue to see dilution. My prediction is, I know this is kind of more of a negative take here. My prediction is we have a bunch of catalysts, both positive and negative, coming. We could see a pump and then a dump because of the authorized shares increase, and then we're going to continue to get diluted on because the authorized shares will increase to 20 billion at some point next year. That is my prediction, especially because, again, we know this stock like the back of our hand. We know their dilution strategy. We know their PR strategy. We know what headlines move up the stock and move it down. So, we're in for a wild ride, is really what I can sum this video up in. And that's it for the video. Nothing to be concerned about. Whatever, doesn't matter. We knew this was coming. So, uh, now the bears should be attacking. The bears decide to attack when it's skyrocketing. Bears right now should be attacking. Right now, now's your chance, Bears. Get in there. But anyways, jokes aside, that is it for the video. Again, we're in for a wild ride. I'm kind of, I'm not negative or positive towards Aitx right now. I'm kind of more in the middle. I'm kind of lukewarm. Like, we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. There's just so many catalysts coming that it's kind of like, ooh, depending on what they drop first, it can dictate whether we break down or start climbing back to the upside. And that's it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.